Hey up, welcome back. Today has been a brew day, but not any old brew day. We are pushing the boundaries of brewing. Groundbreaking, brewing revolutionaire. Probably never seen before, ever probably. Might have been. We're doing a Smaths. I hear you say, what's a Smaths? It's a single malt, 2 hops. A Smaths. Is it a new thing? I don't know. So what we do, 4.5 kilos of Maris Otter, the MO. I used 20 grams of Simcoe, 20 grams of Mosaic, last 10 minutes. 20 grams of Simcoe, 20 grams of Mosaic, flame out. I'm going to dry hop it. I don't know how much with. Do you know, I was nearly... So, I didn't have any Simcoe, but I really wanted to use Mosaic and Simcoe together. I have no idea why. I just made my decision and I got it in my head. So, I ordered some and it hadn't come. I got the boil on. I was halfway through the boil and I was going, oh, you know, I'm going to have to chuck like double the Mosaic in and flame out, last 10 minutes flame out, and then I'm gonna have to dry up it with Simcoe. And then the postman popped up. I was like, 10 minutes before I needed it. Fantastic, let's get it weighed out, let's get it in. Right, so I'm having an Amarillo smash. Just while I do it, I said I'd just revisit this. It has cleared near enough, not quite, but it's not a million miles. It's still a beautiful beer. I love this beer. I'm going to brew it again, but obviously for content, there's no point, is there? So I'm expecting when this video goes out and the big breweries see it, my phone to ring off the hook. They're going to be going, Rick, I need your help. God, give us some ideas. You're just so innovative. I'm so innovative. They're going to go, you're so innovative. Innovative? You know what I mean? Give us some ideas. Come and help us. Get ahead of the other brewers. Yeah, wait. Except for a phone doesn't go on a hook anymore. I haven't seen a phone on a hook for ages, have you? Oh, you know what I mean. Anyway. Beautiful. It's lovely. I'm going to brew this again very soon. I've got loads of Amarillo. I'll definitely pop some more in. Right. I brewed it on that. The seals have come into itself. So I'm not even going to go into this particularly, but anyway, we're still on that. Can't seem to get another one. Order cancelled, money back, nightmare. So I put 2 seals, bigger seals that I showed you the other week, and it's fixed it. Put some PTFE around at the start, and then I thought, oh no, I can do better than that. These seals came, didn't they? I showed you. So I put them on and it's worked. But the seals are paying for themselves. I also, the controller that comes off and on, which is really good. I mean, it's a great idea. But it was a bit loose, so you've got to like take it off and unplug it. If you're going to tip it upside down to clean it out and stuff, because it just drops off, it's quite loose. But I put 2 seals around it, like, look. Loving the seals. Anyway, got some brew footage. I made a bit of an effort because it was the different machine. First time I've used the all-in-one, so I'll do some brew footage. Here you go, have a watch. tasting. Welcome. Here she is. So, carbonation's all right. This has only been in the keg less than a week, and we're not a million miles off, look. That might be due to a reason that we'll get back to in a minute. So, dry hop this with 50 grams of Simcoe and 50 grams of Mosaic. And that Simcoe and Mosaic stayed in there a little bit longer than what I was expecting. I'll tell you why in a minute. So, pretty clear. It's a beautiful colour. Nicely carbonated. Lovely head. White. Yeah. Smells fruity. It smells fruity. 100 grams in the dry hop isn't massive compared to these days, is it? But now my Amarillo Smash. I've brewed it. There's one in the fermentation fridge now because the keg kicked. I thought I'm having another one of them on. But this, again, that Mosaic, we all know what Mosaic's like. The mango, the citra, the berry, fruity. The Simcoe, it's got citrus, that piney, a little bit piney, but really fruity. You know, these two go together. In my humble opinion, for my taste, these go together. I'll tell you. Ah, just beautiful and refreshing. Nicely chilled. Look at that. Bit of lacing. Oh, look at it. Just look at it. You smell it? Tell you. It's fruity. And not a load of hops. In this recipe, we haven't chucked a lot in. I said it again. It's really nice and really lovely and really fruity. So this was a challenging brew day. The first time I've used my all-in-one, and I learnt some lessons. And it wasn't just a brew day. It wasn't just a brew day. Oh my goodness. Now, it's turned out okay. I am surprised. This had every chance to go completely Pete-tong, pear-shaped, messed up down the drain. But it didn't, and I'm so pleased. So, Bazooka in the all-in-one that comes with it kept getting clogged. I mean, firstly, I didn't know about levels. I hadn't read how to use a controller, so on the video everything's in mash mode because I just did the next step. I hadn't learned how to program it before I used it. Read the instructions, you're supposed to. I hadn't. So everything was just done step by step, but that's not a problem. That was okay. The Bazooka that comes with it was really fine mesh, and that kept getting blocked. But also, I hadn't put enough water in to mash in that it needed, so my pump kept getting dry. It was sucking it. I had it full flat out, all the way to the top, over the top and in, and then it was draining the bottom, and then the pump was drying up so that before it went through the grain bed. So subsequent brews, I put more liquor in to mash in and slowed the pump down a bit. I still haven't got that right. I've done another 2 brews since, but I still haven't got that level right. That's something I'm going to have to learn. So the Bazooka got stuck with a load of grain because I had to keep swishing it round. I obviously pushed some through the bottom of the basket because I couldn't get anything to drain because there wasn't enough, and I didn't know that. I didn't notice it was running dry for a while. So then I took the one out my old boil kettle, which is thicker mesh, and put it in for the next brew, and that sort of clogged a bit. I didn't like it, so I took it off for my last brew. I just took it off. Get rid of it. See what happens. We'll see. Pump didn't get blocked, so we'll see what happens with that. I forgot to put the malt pipe extension on, so my grain was nearly to the top, and I left me bung in. I don't know whether I'm supposed to take that out, leave it in. You're supposed to let, you know, not supposed to let any water go over the top, are you? Because if you get a bit of grain in that, it goes down to the bottom to the pump, doesn't it? That's the whole point of it. So the next brew, I put my pipe extension on. I also forgot, because I forgot to put the malt pipe extension on, I hadn't put my sparge plate on. So my next brew, I put the sparge plate on, and then I recirculated the wort through that, which spreads it out a bit more before I sparge. So I used it as a recirculation. Don't know whether I'm supposed to do that or not. I really should watch some videos. I just jumped in with both feet. Oh, I'm normally a bit more organised than this, but this ended up having a longer dry hop than normal. I normally dry hop for 5 days probably. I came to check on the fermentation. I let it dry hop for 5 days, and then I cold crashed it for 2 and went to check on it, and this happened. Yes, so my fermentation fridge, I've got 2 fermentation fridges. One's a normal fridge converted to a fermentation fridge. That is sat at, it's sat at 2 degrees at the minute, cold crashing an Amarillo smash, so it gets down there. But this other one, my first one that I've probably had for 18 months, it had a freezer compartment at the top. And I dismantled that and then pushed it to the back and cable tied it. I'll pop a picture in. And I've never done it before. I've used this fridge time and time and time. It's my first go-to fridge because it's closer to the Wi-Fi, so my Inkbird picks it up better. So it's the one I use most of the time. It cold crashes really well. But obviously, the element at the back that's pushed down, that was the freezer compartment, my bucket was pushed in too far back and was touching it. First ever frozen beer. I don't know whether that's why it's clearer. And I was worried that my drops had been in there, they'd sunk. I didn't want to fish my hand in or anything, or tongs. I just wanted to leave it. I think this is going, well, they got frozen in at the back, to be fair, so I couldn't pull them out anyway. So I didn't know what to do with that. I was worried they'd been in too long and they was going to go grassy. They was in a bag. I was like, oh, well, the brew day, the fermentation, the cold crashing, I just thought this is just going to be a disaster. So I put it on 14 degrees for a couple of days and ramped it up to 16, 17, and it defrosted and I kegged it. Oh, I was like, oh, this is going to be... But, you see, the lesson is don't get disheartened, because all these things went wrong. I had loads of trouble in the bottom because I transferred all the stuff in, because I had to wiggle it because of me bazooka, and so I ended up with loads of stuff. I thought this is going to be a cloudy, grassy, God knows what happens when you freeze beer and then defrost it, I don't know. But the lesson is, don't panic. It's okay. It all turns out okay. I cannot imagine how better this beer could taste, because this beer tastes very nice. It is beautiful. Those hops, Simcoe and Mosaic, they work so well together. Yeah, wow. Well, so I'm going to go, because there's been a lot going on this Grange glass. Normally have a pretty steady brew day. I know my equipment, I've been using it for 2 or 3 years. 3 years, my old equipment, so it's pretty smooth. I know my levels. Changing onto a new bit of kit, I don't normally have a problem fermenting or anything. I haven't had a blowover for ages. I've normally got enough headspace. I didn't this time, but you know what I mean. That sort of fermentation, you worry about a blowover, don't you? And stuff like that. But I've never frozen beer before. But that is a lesson learnt. I'm always going to make sure I have got some space at the back of my bucket against that element, that freezer element. That'll never happen again. That has cleared out really nicely, really quickly. I think I may have said I like this. There we're going to go. We're going to go. I say I've done a couple of brew since on that machine. I'm getting to know it. It's going to take a while, isn't it? So it's going to be okay. Very happy with this beer.
Like, subscribe and hit